served in Canada, and they're serving, in Gaushalas in India is not the right move. So I started going to the dairy farms here. And that's when I really realized what was happening to cows. I had no clue. Like somewhat idea, but not to this extent. So it is unacceptable, you know. Also, another part I wanted, because it's such a vast topic, and I can go on talking about just on the health, but I want to touch a little bit on everything. And if any questions you guys have, I'll let you guys ask me as well. And then there was a pastime that happened, some Krishna Leela, that we ended up getting desi cows. So this is a breed called Gir. It's a part of Gujarat. This Gir cow originated from. So we actually got them from Brazil because they went to Brazil, and that's where we got them from. So we have, as I mentioned, 11 girls and 7 boys. Another thing I want to a little bit touch, I want to touch a little bit aspect of the spirituality. A lot of people don't understand the spiritual aspect of cows. So how many demigods and gods are in cows? Okay, let's ask a different question. How many is not in it? Which one is not in it? Not even one. Every single one of them resides in the cow. Lord Hari resides in the heart of the cow. Lord Shiva, Lord Shankar resides in the forehead. Lord Brahma resides in the hump of the cow. We're talking about Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. What else to talk about anyone else? So she's even the god of the gods. Lord Krishna takes a raj, the godhuli, from the cows and puts it on his head. There's so many pastimes with Krishna, how he reciprocates when somebody's serving the cows. So everybody knows about the Govardhan Leela. In the Govardhan Leela, Lord Indra caused havoc in the Braj Mandal. And afterwards, the whole Leela happened. Lord Indra could not face Lord Krishna. He couldn't go face him for what he had done. So he went to Brahmaji and asked him, what can I do? How should I go? And see Lord Krishna, beg him for mercy for atone myself for what I've done. Lord Brahma said, take the Surabhi cow, and when Krishna starts petting the cow, you come from the back, from the tail end of the cow. And that's what he did. And Krishna was not upset at all. He said, it's all good. Don't worry about it. So we all know Krishna loves cows. But is there anyone who loves cows more than Krishna? Does anyone know? If there is anybody who loves cows more than Krishna? Yes, there's somebody who loves cows more than Krishna. And her name is Radharani. So Srimati Radharani, Kishori ji, she loves cows even more than Krishna. So how can we prove that? There's a pastime that takes place when a demon by the name of Arishtasur came to Braj Mandal, and he caused havoc in Vrindavan. When he would hit his hoofs on the ground, a lot of females would have miscarriage. His horns almost touched the sky, like this guy was mammoth. Long story short, Krishna ended up killing him. When Krishna killed him, he went to Shri Radharani at night, and she said, please don't come close to me. She said, you've done go hatya, go aprad. So you're full of sins. So I don't want to take those sins on. You cannot come near me. He said, I didn't kill any sin. I didn't kill any cows. I killed a demon. And Radharani said, yes, he might be a demon, but he was in the form of a cow, form of a bull, which is unacceptable. So he tried to persuade her, but she wasn't budging. So then he asked, okay, what can he do to, wash his sins away? And Radharani said, why don't you go and bathe in all the sacred rivers? Go bathe in the Ganga, the Yamuna, Godavari, go Saraswati ji, go bathe in all these rivers, and then you can bathe. So Krishna took his ankle, he hit it on the floor, make a big pond, and then all the rivers showed up there. And then he bathed in there and he washed the sin of killing cow. And that we all know places called today is Shamkund and Radhakund. So that's the story that shows the two Lord of all lords, Radha and Krishna, how much they love cows. When Krishna was 6 days old, he killed Putana. How big was Putana? She was 3 yojan, 12 miles. And Krishna was only 6 days old. And she couldn't move him from here to here. So his grip is very strong. So once he grabs you, his grip is very strong. And he sucked the life out of her. As soon as he killed her, Mother Yashoda went there and picked him up and took him straight where? Straight into the Goshala. And now he's getting bathed with cow urine and everything else. Who is this? The Lord of all lords, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Shri Krishna, the cause of all causes, is seeking protection from Gomutra and everything else. So it just shows how important cows are to Krishna. There's a lot of things that are happening right now. One of the big movements that's happening right now, I want to touch a little bit on, is veganism. A lot of people are turning into vegan. There's nothing wrong with that if you understand what the main thing behind them is, basically the cruelty of the animals. So I look at vegans as, they see there's a problem and they don't want to be a part of it. They don't want anything to do with it, which is great, which is awesome. But, Krishna was not vegan. He was Makhan Chor. He was a butter thief. So, Vedant Indians, it's very difficult to become, and it's not right thing to do anyways. So what we do is, as Vaishnavas, is we see there's a problem, but we want to solve the problem. So we go ahead and protect the cows without cruelty. So we don't slaughter any. My grandfather never slaughtered any of the cows or bulls. And you come there, we have 7 boys. You can see them. The father's there, cousins is there, the masi's there, they're all there. So you can see that. So we don't have to do this cruelty. They can live out their lives. So another thing I ask the vegans also is, if guys like us don't exist, how do you plan to grow your food? Synthetic fertilizers? Is that how you want to grow your food? It's not practical. You'll be sick. You need the cows. It has to be a cold region. It has to be a 360 degree when it comes to there. And a lot of people ask me this question, Prabhu, which milk is good? We buy this milk and we buy A2 milk and A1 milk and all these other things. And I answer this in a very simple manner. Where the babies are slaughtered and they don't get a drop of that milk cannot be good for you. As simple as that. Anybody, doesn't matter which living entity, as long as you're living into, even a plant, if you don't treat it right, you put them in a stressful condition, how would their output be? It'll be negative. The output will be negative. So, when the cows are happy in their natural state, we are practicing this more and more. We leave the babies and we just separate them at night, and there's still enough milk. There's enough milk for everyone. The cows do give quite a bit of milk, and when they're happy, that milk is milk for the gods. So there's a lot of different aspects that I can keep on talking about. And also, I want to touch a little bit on the environment aspect of it. So, when you have a cluster of cows, like in a dairy pen, where you have, let's say, 300 heads or 3,000 heads, cows in one spot. So all their manure is getting together into one spot. So what that does is cause like a cluster bomb in the atmosphere, which is called methane. Methane has to be burned. If you release methane into the air, just like that, it's a big issue. 50% of the climate issues that we have is the greenhouse gases emissions. So when you let the cows graze and she plops her dung on the floor, there's beetles, there's insects, microorganisms, earthworms that come and devour it. So it does not get released into the air, it goes into the ground. Which is very important. And another thing is, with the kids over here today, day and age, what do we have to really offer them as parents, as nutrition? If you really look at it, you know, they have to become a father one day. They have to become mother one day. What do we really have? Cookies, chips, artificial flavored drinks. How can we be okay with that? You know, where are they gonna get nutrition food? And then they have another problem. Phone. You know, I started holding this when I was maybe 25. Today a 2.5-year-old knows how to use this better than I do. Their organs haven't developed yet. Their brains have not developed yet. You know, so not only that they're not getting nutrition, on top of that they're getting chemicals that they have to fight, plus all this radiation that's going on. So I believe cow protection in today's day and age is it's not a want, it's a need. And this is not something that one family can do. You know, it has to be a collaboration of the community coming together. We have so many temples, you know, in the GTA. Then why not a Goshala? You know, why not a Goshala? We're the only Goshala in all of Ontario. You know, so I will humbly request all of you to become cow protectors. You can go on our website, gearfarms.ca, or you can look at Gopal Goshala, and you'll get all the information there. How many of you have been to the farm? So there's a lot of you that still needs to come there. We're open 7 days a week. You can call me, but you do need an appointment before you come. You know, and one of the ways that we have thought about cow protecting is let us grow food for you. So we will cultivate that land, we will grow the food, but then we have another problem. And the problem is that we're not living in South America. It's a very cold climate country. So the growing season here is very short. Basically, you put the seed in, let's say end of May, beginning of June. By the time the harvest starts, you're looking at mid-July. And come now, end of September, everything is finished. So you only have like 6 weeks. If you were really good practicing of agriculture, maybe, you know, you can grow food for another, you know, say 10 weeks. That's about it. How do you protect cows when you can only make an income of 10 weeks? So what we have decided to do, you have to eat, so do I. We all have to eat. Cow service has to be done 7 days a week. So we go out to wholesalers and distributors and we buy produce for you guys. Next year, if we have a couple hundred families, we can say, no, we can say, we already have all the big ticket items. We have the land, we have the cows, we have the manure, we have the tractors. We can start growing the food for you guys. And then when you eat that food, which will be a nutrition-dense food, that's the game, that's the goal. So I humbly request all of you to sign up. We have this basket system that we deliver to people's homes. We even at downtown will deliver it. You can get it as weekly or bi-weekly or monthly, whatever works for you guys. So I humbly request that all you guys, please take this opportunity on. And if not that, then come to the farm. Do some cow service. You know, just by rubbing a cow, if one of her follicle falls off, that lifetime the sins are eradicated. It's that simple. We have to know who we're dealing with. Lord Krishna, Lord Radharani takes their dust and puts it on their head. I can go on, but I would like to leave this time if anybody has any questions. So please go ahead and do ask me any questions you guys have.
So we have a microphone, so anyone wants to raise their hand, we'll pass the microphone to ask any questions. Where, sorry? Over there? Okay.
So this baby calf right now, she is 3.5 months, and her name is Saki. Saki, and she's very, very, very calm. And even just to see a cow is auspicious. They say where there's 7 girls, 7 cows, or 5 boys, 5 nandis, that place becomes a place of pilgrimage. And you have that here in Canada. Sorry, yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. I have a question. You said that the milk that we get is not from the farm you are talking about, right? So, like, I mean, there is only one farm you said that, you know, that gives a pure milk that we actually should drink. So, like, what is the solution? What we should do?
So this is a sad situation we have in this country. If you came to me, you said, Prabhu, you know, can I get a leg of this cow? Legally, I can chop it and give it to you. Legally, I can slaughter and give it to you. But milk is a criminal offense in this country. You know, if you want halal meat, it's available, no? You want kosher food, it's available, no? So why not from a milk from a cow that's not being slaughtered, where the babies are not being slaughtered? Is that too of a vicious demand? Is that too unreasonable to ask? So why is not allowed? We are as a farm working on this, and hopefully we have an answer for us soon. We have applied for that please allow us to have this milk. We do give milk in the form of, for puja, you know, for deity worship or worship of the Shivling, we do allow that. But in this country, it's unfortunate, the milk is not allowed. But we all have to come together for that, so we're fighting on this cause right now. But if we cannot give you milk, we can definitely give you oils. We have the land, we're growing sunflowers, we're growing mustard, so we can definitely, you know, who's getting pure oils today? We can definitely give you that. Someone's getting married, who's getting proper cow dung in the oven? You know, we can give you all of that. Any oven, any homa you want to do, we can give you that. And kids can pet the cow, she's very calm. Anybody can pet the cow. She's not going to do anything. She's very, very calm. Would that be good, Prabhu?
Yes. Yes, we'll take a few more questions,
Yes,
Prabhu, if that's
sure.
okay.
Yes,
Before
yes,
that,
yes.
just requesting everyone to please maintain some silence. And I know there's a question here.
I know kids get so excited when
Yes,
they
kids
see the
are
cow.
excited,
They don't get
but-
to see that, right? And this is what they're missing. They should be touching her, you know, they should be coming here. Yes, Prabhu.
So there's a question
Oh, sorry, okay. Yes, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So I wanted to ask, like, can't we develop such culture, like say how we have in India, in North America, that there is a concept of miniature cows, I think. Like the cow doesn't grow up and it's in the form of calf, like whole it's live.
Yes, Kalpandurik. Yeah, I know. It's a small little calf. I think it's from the South India.
Yes, you're
Yes.
right. So is it like habitable for them to have like how people keep pets here? So instead of that, like, you know, we can have that culture in North America of keeping that mini cows.
Yes, it's a very good question. This is another thing that we've been fighting with the government here. So cows are not considered pets. They're not in the pets category. So what are they considered? They're considered livestock. So what we did was there was a pet expo at the International Center, and we kind of just took our cows there. We actually took one of our bulls. His name is Love. He was 3 weeks old at that time. So we took him, and we had a big crowd all around us, you know, because they never see anything like that. Guess what? We got kicked out, or we got removed from there within half an hour. They said, this is not a pet, you cannot bring. I'm like, how can you consider snakes as pets? Snakes you can take even on the TDC bus, no problem. Dogs and cats we all know, but tarantulas are considered pets, you know, but cows are not. And you can't blame them because, you know, the thing is, at the end of the day, they're to be eaten. That's their main, they're a commodity, you know. They don't have the concept of taking care of them without anything in return, you know. So we are working on that as well to get them as a pet status, where we can take them. But now, like we're here at the temple, we have taken them to some schools as well, as cow therapy. We have taken them to different places, and we've already filed a petition and a complaint to the government to consider cows as pets. So it doesn't have to be the big cows, the small cows, like she's 3.5 months. You know, we have babies coming all the time, you can bring them. So this is the breed we have here, which is very comfortable. Yes, Prabhu.
Sorry, we'll take a question at the back, and then we have a couple more questions. Prabhu?
So I have one quick thing. How did Kali Yuga enter? In Srimad Bhagavatam, the entry of Kali Yuga is given. So what did Parikshit Maharaj see? Parikshit Maharaj see this one person, and what he's done, he's cut off 3 legs of the Nandi, of the bull. And the mother is calfless. The cow does not have the baby. So he slaughtered the baby and put it somewhere, I don't know, so the mother cow is crying. That's what the entry of Kali Yuga is. And when Parikshit Maharaj saw this, he pulled out his sword and ready to slaughter this guy, and he surrendered onto him and said, you know, I'm Kali Yuga, it's my year to come. So in the age of Kali, to do cow protection is a very tough task. But Krishna says something in the Bhagavad Gita. He says, Krishi ko raksha vanyajam, vaishya karam sabhavjam. So he says Krishi. Krishi means farming. Go means Go Mata. And the third word is very, very important. He says Raksha. Raksha is a little different than Seva, no? Haribol. Okay, I'm going to give some space, just a few more minutes, and then you guys can come. We're still here. So the next word he uses is Raksha. Raksha is a little bit different than Seva. Most of us are considered with Seva. But Raksha comes with a little bit more responsibility. A little bit more things that are needed to protect someone. And who needs protection are VIPs. Yes, Prabhu, sorry, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dandavat Pranam.
No.
So I was also concerned about this whole topic about cows, but I was told by someone that if we offer to Krishna, then Krishna takes away all the sins. For example, like if we offer milk to Krishna, then Krishna will take away all the sins from that milk, and the cow whose milk we offer to Krishna, that cow will also get benefited. So is these things are true?
Yes, of course it's true. You offer to Krishna, everything gets nullified. But on that same token, are you okay with the things that happen to the cow?
No.
The baby slaughter. Obviously we're not, right?
No.
So I understand when we don't have a choice. But here, now we do have a choice,
Yes.
right? So why not support this Gaushala?
Exactly.
So why not take it, make it successful that we can take it to another level? I understand a lot of us, we just don't have a choice. But if we don't make the sound, if we don't ask for the government, and if we don't move forward with it, if we don't help Gaushalas, if we don't come forward and protecting them in so many different ways, Lakshmi could be one, volunteer work could be one, buying any products that the cows are offering, that could be another one. Coming there, celebrating your birthdays there. Gopashtami is coming soon during the Kartik month. Come, take darshan of the cows. So I understand that when you don't have a choice, it's understood. But here you do have a choice today. That you can come and support us.
Yes, definitely.
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Anyone else having a question?
Yes, Hare Krishna. Before taking any more questions, we request all the adults standing here to please be seated. You'll get chance to
Have a seat,
pet the
everyone.
cow
You'll have time.
in about 5 to 10 minutes. So requesting everyone to please calm down. And Prabhu will take just 2 more questions in the front
Yes.
here, yeah?
Yes. Hare Krishna. Ma'am.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for your insightful knowledge about the cow protection and how do you serve the cows. So can you just shed more light on the spiritual auspiciousness of cow dung and cow urine, and how do you serve the cows during the deep winters, like we have 6 months of winters here. So how do you serve the cows in the Gaushala? Thank you so much. Hare
So the winter aspect is pretty cold, and for the Indian cows, we did find it difficult at the beginning, but now we're serving the cows for 7 years, and we have made a very beautiful Gaushala. The ones that have been there, they can see it. It's fully insulated and it's very, very comfortable. We have not lost any of our cows to the cold. Also, what we're noticing, the new babies that are being born, they're a little bit more hardy. So they can stay outside. We don't bring them in till at least -10. So just when it touches double digits, then, and it's up to them. We leave the door open. They can come in and out as they please. So we find that till -10, they like to be inside, outside. So, which is goes up till almost November. So we give them 4 to 5 months of that time, and that's it. And as far as spirituality is concerned, you know, cow dung, the Mother Lakshmi, the Lord consort of Lord Vishnu, resides in the cow dung. So, and Ganga is also in the cow urine. So there's every aspect of the cow, as I mentioned, is spiritual, you know. So it's full of spirituality. As I said, there's no deity that is not inside the cow. Yes, ma'am.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much for bringing awareness about our food and the cows. Actually, the scientists are saying that our food right now has 90% less nutrients. So everything that we are eating has only 10% nutrients. And it's so sad because like not all of us can have a farm. I live in a condo, I can't afford a farm. And right now, Safe Soil is a global awareness, safesoil.com. It talks about how we can change and ask the government to change the regulations so we can have cows in the farm instead of tractors, and change the way we do farming like the way we did before. So please, I request everyone to go into safesoil.com and hear what the scientists are saying about our food and what we can do, and ask the government to change the regulations so we can all have healthy food. So, and the letter is already drafted there.
So one thing I want to add on to that. See, changing all these things, the main thing is the cruelty to the animals. We gotta stop killing of the cows and the babies. The tractors and all that are secondary. You know, it's so far ahead. You know, even myself, you know, I don't think I will stop using tractors. You know, how can a kid, you know, how much land can you cultivate with cows? You know, where are you gonna, and even bulls, you have to castrate them, turn them into, you know, oxes in order to use them in the fields. We don't even do that. So I think cow protection has to understand, put yourself in the calves, in the hooves of the cow, and then make that decision. You know, the cruelty aspect is what Hare Krishna really looks at. Like, we don't want any cruelty on this being. It's a God of all gods. It's the God of even Lord Krishna. That's the main thing. And if she lives her life, she'll bless everything. She's Jagat Janani. She can handle everything herself. But she has one problem. She's a mother. Mothers are what? Unconditional love. Husband and wife still might have conditions, but mothers and child, there's no condition. It's unconditional. Even Krishna says, surrender unto me first. Take my Sharanagati and then we'll see. But not cows. Yes, Prabhu. All right, thank you very much, everyone. I want to thank you, everyone, for giving me their time, and please bless us that we keep on serving mother cows just the way we're doing it. Thank you. Hari Bol.
Thank you. Let's give a bigger round of applause to Vishal Prabhu and his team. We'd also like to thank the sponsors for today's Sunday feast. Subharanil Mukherjee for sponsoring for his wife. We just request everyone to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra once for this family. 1, 2, 3. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you all. We hope you enjoyed today's session. Hope to see you again next Sunday for our Sunday Feast program. Hare Krishna.